Welcome heisters to an exclusive video for the Overkill channel. My name is TheKknowley and I'm going to walk you through how to get the most out of Payday 2's newest deck. Copycat is far and away the most ambitious perk deck added in Payday 2's history, being the first one that can actually be customized to fit around your playstyle. Across its 4 unique perks, each has an additional effect that you can toggle between from the perk deck menu. They will each grant either 20% increased health, 5% increased armor, 5% chance to dodge, or 10% increased crouch and carry movement speed. Remember, these can be mixed and matched and exist purely as additional buffs to the already well-statted deck. But all of this pales in comparison to Copycat's final mysterious perk. Here is where it really earns its name, as you can choose between a modified version of the iconic perk deck mechanics associated with each of the other 22 decks in the game, a choice I'll help you with later on in the video. First, let's start by understanding each of Copycat's exclusive perks, starting with Tactical Reload. After stringing together 10 kills with either your primary or secondary weapon, the other will be instantly reloaded while sitting in your back pocket. These kills do not need to be consecutive, and to augment this multi-weapon style of gameplay, this perk comes with a massive 320% weapon switch speed. This perk is incredibly strong for use with special weapons such as the Piglet or Commando 101, and also pairs nicely with an LMG orientated playstyle. Next we have Head Games, this deck's most simple to understand perk, which simply grants 10 points of healing upon landing a headshot with a short internal cooldown. This is a key form of survivability for this deck, which opens up many build options. Is This Your Bullet is one of the most experimental perks in this deck, allowing you to reflect damage you dodge right back at the source who fired it. This reflected damage will scale depending on the difficulty. As it only counts bullets that are actively dodged, not just ones that miss you, you're going to want to specialise in the dodge orientated boosts to make the most out of this one. For Copycat's 4th core perk, we have Grace Period, granting you 2 seconds of health damage immunity whenever your health drops below 50%. This cannot occur more than once every 15 seconds. Every deck with some form of inbuilt immunity tends to shoot up the power scale, and this one is no different. It's surprisingly easy to keep activating this effect, especially thanks to Head Games repeatedly healing you above the threshold. Finally, we need to talk about the 5th and final perk choice, because this one is completely up in the air. Every deck is represented, you just need to work out which one fits your playstyle best. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all 22 options, highlighting the top picks in my opinion. Representing Crew Chief, Brute Strength grants up to 16% team-wide damage reduction below half health. For Muscle, it's Disturbing the Peace, granting up to 20% chance to activate Panic on all firearms. Armourer gets Type 1 Armour, you guessed it, granting additional armour. Rogue gets Elusive, a 15% reduced chance to be targeted when around teammates. Hitman gets Ambidexterity, a sizable buff to akimbo weapons. Kruk gets Basic Composure, a nice buff to armour and dodge for ballistic vests. Burglar gets Dutch Courage, a very well statted 20% increase to dodge with additional stealth and crouching utility. Infiltrator gets Expert Close Combat, 24% resistance to all damage when within 18 meters of the source. Sociopath receives Tension, not only granting 10% additional armor, but also 30 armor on kill once every second. Gambler gets Medical Supplies, its iconic ammo pickup effect that allows you to regenerate 16 to 24 health upon resupplying. Grinder gets Adrenaline, a slightly watered down version of its parent tree's potent life leeching effect. Yakuza gets Hebi Irezumi, its best effect, granting up to 20% additional movement speed depending on how low their health is. Ex-President gets Emerging Force, granting 10% increased base health and a portion of the health storing effect that's so powerful in the parent deck. Maniac gets Outburst, granting access to the Hysteria mechanic and up to 20% damage absorption when fully maximized. Anarchist gets Blitzkrieg Bop, which gives your armor the Anarchist style regeneration over time, alongside another 2 seconds of immunity every 30 seconds. Biker gets Prospect, granting a handy 5 health and armor heal whenever you or a teammate performs a kill. Kingpin gets Bad Guy Coming Through, unlocking the Kingpin Injector, but with only the 75% heal on damage taken effect. Sicario gets Smoker and access to the Smoke Grenade, a 10-second long utility option that makes allies avoid 50% of all incoming bullets and enemies 50% less accurate in the area of effect. Stoic gets Virtue and access to the Hip Flask, which still gives you the 75% incoming damage reduction when equipped, but even crazier, it does so without taking your armor from you. Tag Team gets Soulmates and access to the Gas Dispenser, bringing with it a heal for both you and your tag teammate. Hacker gets Code Glitch and access to the hugely powerful Pocket ECM. Finally, Leech gets momentum and access to the Leech Ampule. On a 30-second cooldown, you can turn your health into 5 segments with any damage taken dealing 1 to 2 segments instead of their true numerical values. And that is all 22 perks in slot 9. This video would be hours long if I went in depth on each one individually, so instead I've chosen to hone in on 4 that excel for loud gameplay and 2 to consider in stealth, but I implore you to try them all as there are so many crazy interactions here for you to consider. The Virtue card is an unbelievably strong pick, actually rivaling the strength of regular Stoic. You're able to bolster your defences with 80% additional health out of the gate, and can still equip an ICTV in your armour slot, meaning you can expect more than 600 combined health and armour. Of course, the Hip Flask does interact strangely with armour, as when you're taking damage over 12 seconds, it will not be able to fully regenerate. But thanks to Copycat offering more direct healing than Stoic with its Head Games perk, it's surprisingly easy to keep yourself afloat, even on death sentence. More inexperienced players may struggle with the mechanics of this setup, as it requires a fair amount of micromanagement and a high kill rate to recharge the flask. But if being an unkillable tank is on your list of things to do today, give this one a go. Surprisingly, Prospect, the biker perk upgrade, offers a lot, even if the stats appear low at first. As most cops are unable to deal damage to you through your armour, a simple 5-point restoration can save you from taking the full amount to your health pool. This concept is known as armor gating and is exceptionally powerful as you move up through the difficulties. The healing is also surprisingly consistent, pairing well with the 10 we already receive upon headshot. Try it out and be amazed by the situations you can squirm out of. For those of you looking to get the most out of the crazy ricochet effect of Is This Your Bullet, your best bet is absolutely Burglar's Dutch Courage perk. This grants a sizable 20% dodge in a single skill, bringing you to a maximum of 40% for the perk deck alone. Whilst it's not breaking any records, the sheer satisfaction of killing a bulldozer with his own shotgun after all these years is comfortably worth it, and don't doubt the power of the Commando 101, especially with Copycat's tactical reload. And as I alluded to earlier, the Pocket ECM from Copycat's code glitch is unbelievably powerful, turning a strong build into one of the best I've used all year. The Pocket ECM is a very potent disruption tool at the moment, meaning even without dodge, you can roam most heists with it freely. I'd recommend going down the health path once again here, which is your best bet in general, to become an unstoppable killing machine. And with those kills, your Pocket ECMs will always be off cooldown, dishing out the strongest crowd control effect in the game. This Copycat setup is incredible and is my pick for anyone just trying to get to grips with the new perk deck. Finally, for you stealth gurus out there, the Jack of all trades deck does not disappoint. Pairing it with Yakuza or Hacker, you'll get one of the best stealth decks in the game. This is because you can set it to grant the increased 40% crouched and carry movement speed, and couple it with the 20% movement speed offered by Hebi Edozumi or the Pocket ECM to clutch out unwinnable locking situations. As you can probably tell, Copycat is a game changer, so I implore you to get out there and give it a try over the winter holidays, entirely free of charge, in the Criminal Carol update. Not only does it give you a chance to try out parts of other decks you've never had the opportunity to use before, it does so in emphatic style as the most versatile perk deck in the game.